then like
damn.
Little scam outs.
Damn.
To do shit. I mean,
Damn, he got ripped.
He got people to leave out. It was like, fuck this nigga.
All right. Miggity, Mike. Mic check. Okay, let me just turn all this shit off. Mic check, microphone check. What is this? Okay. Shout out to Kick Up one time just for no reason.
Oh, you got to shout out Kick Up.
Yeah, of course.
It's like a mandatory theme.
Yeah, of course. All right, let's see. All right. So, let's see. All right. So, actually, before I begin, I just want to say thank you for showing up today.
No doubt.
I had to bring you back for the redemption episode. I'll explain to the folks why this is the redemption episode.
I think they've seen it. They watched it past so many times. They seen what's going on.
I'm gonna just take that up, bro. I'll fail. Yeah, just throw it up to the side. But yeah, I had to have you back in here. So thank you for making another appearance and, blessing the kitchen countertop.
Nah, thank you for having me. This kitchen countertop is fucking legendary, okay?
Yo, facts. This
is blessing me right now.
If it isn't yet, it fucking will be.
Nah, this is legendary.
I had some of your peeps over here.
Shout out to Byro.
Yeah, shout out to Byro one time.
Shout out to my nigga Byro, you feel me?
I had your boy Jeff on here.
Yes, sir. I seen that.
Yeah, shout out to Jeff one time.
Yo, Jeff is a funny motherfucker,
Yo, he is. He's one of the most naturally funny people I know.
He's been like that the whole, ever since I know he's been that same exact way. Like, he's never changed. And that shit is fundy because, he still has, that mentality. He's still, so if I win the lottery,
he got messed with you.
Fuck you. Yeah. I respect that. Don't forget about me, though, Jeff.
Yeah. Come on. Welcome to another episode of the Work In Podcast. I'm your host, Yasser, but you could call me Sir because, anything is possible.
Hey.
And today I'm joined by none other than the Benster. What is good? Say what's up to the people.
What's poppin', people? How are you?
So before we formally begin, even though I already did this at DMs, I have to formally issue an apology for, as you know, the followers of this podcast know that Benny was actually featured in a previous episode called Podcasting Avengers. It was quite possibly the biggest podcast. It
was the greatest podcast ever in the history of podcasting.
We had an amazing conversation.
Dope.
But also, I was way in over my head. I had 6 people for the very first time under a new setup.
You know what's crazy? I thought you did that all the time.
No.
I felt like that was like the thing. Besides me and Carlos, maybe you're alternating people. But I feel like you always had a steady group of 4 or 5 people per podcast. Yeah, 4 roughly, sometimes less than that. But it started off as just 2. That day he decided to do 6.
Yeah, that day
you wanted to go back.
That day because I had you on as a guest, and you know how hard it is to get people's schedules to line up, and so I was able to get
grown men in the same room.
Yeah,
that takes hard work by itself, just alone.
That don't happen to also be working that day and busy with other shit.
Was it it was a weekend, right?
Yeah. I think it was a Saturday.
I think every day is a fucking weekend, so I don't know. It was a weekend.
No, yeah. Well, we'll talk about your schedule later, but that shit crazy. But yeah, I had them on, and for some reason, I check everything, and once I put the files in my computer, I check the mic level for Benny's audio, and it's just a flat line. Normally you see the sound waves, and I didn't see any of that, and I was like, fuck.
It's crazy. I specifically remember you checking my mic too.
I did,
no homogenous milk, but I specifically remember you giving me a mic check.
Either.
Yeah, I think you was yo, talk to it. And I was like, yeah. And you're like, it's good.
Exactly. That's why I'm even more confused, but that was just a humongous fat L that I just took there. And you know what? I still put it out because I was like, it was a good conversation or whatever.
It was a great conversation. Go watch it.
Go watch it. But in the background, I was like, I'm already planning the redemption. And that's why I'm glad to have Benny on here. And I checked his mic audio, and it is definitely recorded.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too. We're double checking. Yeah. So we both can't be double stupid
and
this
time. And so I figured that You are by far the only guest that I've disappointed the most. So as a token of apology and appreciation, I got a little something for you. So just,
wow.
Wow.
What could this be?
Yes, sir.
Dum dum dum.
This is to show you how sincerely bad I felt about not having that episode go right.
You see? What podcast is gonna come on and you get blessed with your favorite thing in the world?
Yeah, I figured you might enjoy that.
And you know what's crazy?
Yeah,
I did not expect this at all. And you know what's funny? For the people who are watching this, right before this, I asked him for a shot of something.
Yeah,
and look, he had this in mind the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, I want you guys to see this.
Yeah, zoom into that.
There we go.
Yeah. So I had that on deck.
I need you to tap this because this is great.
But yeah, so I figured you might enjoy that, and be able to. Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's right. Custom made. No,
this is a one of one right here, bro.
Yeah.
Watch his back.
That's stuck. But yeah, so actually, I think it's a good transition into that. Like, one of the things I was curious to talk to you about was just like your general relationship with alcohol, because it's hilarious. Like, I've never like gone inside a liquor store. Yeah, I know. That's well, actually, that's a lie. Like, I've been in there. Like,
what do you mean? When I was like, what do you mean you haven't gone?
No, okay. So what I
haven't
actually
gone to a liquor store to buy liquor. You haven't gone to one
exactly.
In general. So you never bought liquor.
No, I've never bought liquor
ever.
No, that's my first time. No,
this is your first time buying
my
liquor.
first ever time, and it's hilarious because I walk in there and the guy's like, "How can I help you, boss?" And I'm like, I'm here for some Hennessy. I'm like Liam Neeson, like looking for
and shit.
Yeah, like I'm looking for my lost daughter and shit. I'm like, I'm looking for Hennessy, and then he told me, I was like, yeah, whatever, like just give me that one. And I was like,
it's good size.
Yeah.
It's good personal.
Yeah, so I'm curious, like, I have a long history of like, my background is like mostly Dominican, and like
a lot of Brugal.
They like to drink. I think that's like an understatement.
Yeah, that is.
And I don't know, man. Like growing up, seeing them, how they got when they drank, and then seeing people get injured or like eventually die as a result of like consuming alcohol, like it just kind of like turned me off from it. Yeah. But I'm slowly like leaning like back into it, like I'm not
taking baby steps now. You're going into a liquor store. That's the first step. You're buying liquor.
That's a big.
The next step is to fucking start drinking it and chugging it.
Yeah, that's a super small baby step, but like and no, I've drank a couple times, but like it's like I can count on one hand the amount of times I've done that.
It's a terrible fucking habit.
Is it?
If you don't do it, just don't. There's no point. Like you get nothing out of it, literally.
Really? Because
I feel like I don't know. I just drink to this point because now I'm so used to it. Like it's like
really?
I'm accustomed to drinking at this point. It's like when people go like to the bathroom every morning. Like now I'm accustomed. I don't drink every morning. That sounds crazy. I don't drink every day either.
Yeah.
But I do drink a lot. Yeah. that's the thing. Yeah. On my days off, I do drink. Mm-hmm. So like I don't know, but you don't get shit out of it. You just like you just get a buzz. You get a buzz for like 2 hours, and then you go to sleep,
and then you go back in,
and then you might get some vagina or some shit, or like or you might get another bottle.
Yeah,
and then it's a lot of money, and it's just not it's not healthy at all. On top of that,
but it seems so much cooler on the outside. People make it look like
because people are losers.
It's lit.
Because they have nothing better to do. That's what it is. Like when you literally when I'm sitting at home, when I'm sitting at home and I have nothing to do, I want to fucking drink, and that's what it is. When I'm actually active and doing shit, I don't want to drink. I have no need to drink. Not saying I'm bored right now. I'm not doing anything, but I love drinking. Yeah, like after this, I'm going out to drink more because I love drinking.
Yeah, I mean it's your day off.
It's a good like social outing to drink. You know what I mean?
That's what I've started to learn. Like on Twitter, I don't know if you're familiar with that. This phrase a lot of people are using, that Scopa tu mana thing.
Yeah. What does that mean?
And so for people that don't know, like it has its origins in like some like dance video where like a dance group from like Africa was like saying that on the mic. And I don't think it actually means anything, but what people have used that to mean is like whenever they want your opinion on something, they say "Scopa tu mana," and then they put like whatever it is. And so I saw one for Hennessy, and people were like,
"Let me guess. Let me guess what people said. It's overrated." Is that what they said?
Well, that was one of the takes. Yeah.
Maybe I don't know what else they could say. It makes you. I don't know. It makes your gut.
No, yeah. So one of the takes was that like included with the whole overrated thing was that it didn't even taste that good, and like people like hype it up.
That's a terrible take because alcohol in general is disgusting.
And so that is what made me realize, because a lot of people were saying in response to what this woman was saying was like, yeah, like none of that shit tastes good. Like we drink it to get lit and shit.
There's no alcohol out there that you'll sit on you would sit and like drink for fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You wouldn't sit there and be like, "Oh, this shit tastes good. Like, let me get another one."
That's crazy.
Like, nah, you sit because you know you're gonna get lit.
This whole time, I thought the opposite. I thought people actually enjoy that taste, and like,
I don't think there's alcohol that I enjoy. Yeah. There might be. Let me put it like this: like straight drinks, like neat drinks, like probably Hennessy's the only thing I get drinks like straight, like. It's not like an enjoyable drink. Like I won't sit here and like fucking like chug it like it's Capri Sun. Yeah. You know what I mean? But
that'd be crazy.
That would be wild. I would need fucking severe counseling if that was the case. Yeah. But at the same time, like there are mixed drinks that I like. Yeah. Like I like the taste of like a LIT. Like that's my drink. I love it. Or like a Hennessy and Coke. I love that taste. You know what I mean? That's something I can actually drink. Yeah. But like as for like alcohol, like Hennessy by itself. Yeah, it's not the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah. Like my introduction was like Jack and Coke, and I was like,
Jack and Coke is rocking.
I was fine with that because mostly it was just like the Coke hid like most of the trash taste of alcohol. Like
same thing with Hennessy and Coke. I feel like Coke just masks everything. Like I don't know.
Yeah. And so that was a big realization for me, and I realized like, like this whole time I wasn't drinking alcohol because I don't like the taste of it, and that was my justification. I was like, I don't drink because I just don't like it. But it turns out a lot of people don't like the taste of that, but they still do it anyways. It's like it was counterintuitive in my head. I'm like, wait, it tastes like trash, but you still drink it. I'm like, okay, like I guess.
Dude, you're actually right. Now I feel like shit when I'm pouring this up now. It's like, why the fuck am I still drinking this nasty shit?
I'm like, I guess that makes sense. Like. But then the other aspect that you described was like the whole social aspect, like, you know, drinking is a very social thing, especially, social. When you're like in college. Like I miss that whole like party scene and that
very
whole,
social.
Like,
even still now, you can still like if you go like the bars, or even like if you go to the beach, like I feel like everything I do now is like you're older, like in my my like late 20s. Yeah. Like everything involves alcohol for some reason.
That's interesting.
Like we go to a barbecue, there's alcohol. Like things we did as children, like never involve, obviously because we're too young to drink, but still like even things like going to the river involves alcohol, going to the beach involves alcohol. Like we go like to eat involves alcohol. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like literally everything that like that I do besides work. Obviously, I'm not a
word.
I'm functioning. Listen, I don't drink.
He's a very hard worker.
At work, okay,
he's a very hard worker.
Only on my days off.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But like everything involves like alcohol. Like we're surrounded by. I feel like I'm surrounded. Yeah. Like some people they feel like they're surrounded more by like weed or something like that. I feel I'm surrounded by like alcohol more.
Yeah. And I noticed like it's a huge social thing, especially in college with like beer pong and shit like that. I missed that whole scene.
So beer pong wave, man.
Yeah, I missed. Bro? I'm a fucking nerd. Like
bro.
Not like bro. Like
I'm gonna call her one day. We're gonna play beer pong. We gotta get this shit out of the way, bro. Like that shit's the greatest game ever invented by man.
Word.
You can play it with water for people that don't know. You can play beer pong with water just to fucking get your skills up.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I'm like, okay, like maybe I can like ease on up a little bit. But then like you're making the case like, yeah, if you don't do that, just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Like
it's the same thing with like people who like want to smoke cigarettes because their friends do it. Like, that's a terrible fucking habit. I would, if I could like never smoke a cigarette or anything a day in my life, I would do that. You know what I mean? I feel like the same thing with alcohol. Like people think you maybe like you do it one time.
Yeah. Like I just feel like I'm a party pooper if I'm not also drinking.
No, hell no. There's people I know, like that's my boy Shiad. He's the latest motherfucker I know. Yeah. He doesn't drink for shit, but he's at every function and he's like perfectly sober the whole time. He's lit. You know what I mean? Yeah. I respect people who could be around drinks and not drink. You know what I mean? That demonstrates so much self-control to sit there and be around all this shit and not do it. Me on the other hand, I'm like, yo, pass that shit, yo. Yeah. Yo, you got let me get some of that shit. You feel me? Yeah. So that's dope, yo. I mean, if you don't do it, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So anywho, switching gears on this, I spoke to you off air and basically was like,
I'm gonna be on vacation now, and like finally, it's like the end of the year. I work at a school, and so like it's that time of the year to like go somewhere.
Time to go.
Yeah. This time I chose Cancun, and have you ever been there, or like I know
I've been to Cancun once.
Yeah. What was that like?
How old was I? I don't know. I remember. I think I was like 19, 20.
Yeah.
It was good though. It was dope though. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like I feel like if I went now, we had a better time.
Oh, word.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because I'm a lot older now. Like when I was younger, it's just I wasn't like trying to do things. I just wanted to drink and party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I didn't like now at this point. Like when I go on vacation, I actually want to do shit.
Oh, you're looking for more?
Yeah, like I actually want to like go zip lining or like go through hikes or some shit like that. When I was young, I didn't want to do that shit. Yeah. No, not in America. I wanted to drink and fucked up and go party. Now, like it's like I do that shit anyway. Whatever I can do back home, I don't want to do on vacation.
Oh,
that's how I look at shit.
Yeah.
Because when I recently went to Puerto Rico with some people, if you're watching this, you're a dickhead, and I'm gonna tell you this right now because this is what happened. We were in Puerto Rico, and these motherfuckers want to keep getting McDonald's every time.
Oh, word.
I'm like, bro.
And I saw your story. You was not getting McDonald's,
bro. I was not. I was not fucking around with that
you
shit.
Was eating good as hell,
bro. I would leave them and go eat them myself because I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna keep doing this fast food shit. We're in another country with whole another culture and a whole different type of food. Why would I get McDonald's here when I get that shit everywhere in America?
And
like, you know what I mean?
Like, it's Puerto Rico, like
it's Puerto Rico. Nigga, Mofongo like, there was rocking.
The food there must have been like amazing.
It was good. It was good. It was good.
Because I personally like I've had like 2 or 3 other food episodes, and I'm like generally not great.
Yo, I saw the damn, what do you call that? I'm so bad with like remembering shit.
Was it
was with Crystal, yes.
Yeah, the seafood one.
Oh my god!
I think you would have probably tore that up, right,
bro?
Yeah,
I was sitting there like mouth watering. I was sitting there like,
I know, yeah,
I need this.
yeah, and like,
how'd you guys do that? Like that I meant to ask you that. Like that's interesting.
Oh yeah, so I had been meaning to do an episode with Crystal for a while, and that just seemed like the right like segue into one. Like at some point I just had the idea like, oh, like let me just do like a food themed one, and
that was some banging food.
I had Ronald and Carlos on, and that was the very first one we did, and then the second one I did it with Bhavin. But it was just like, the first one was like Filipino food and like Korean, like Banchan, like we had that.
Love Banchan. Shout out to Banchan.
Yeah. Shout out to them. Cut the check also.
Always gotta cut the check.
Yeah, and then like the second one we had like Domino's and like some desserts from like this bakery called Dulce de Leche down in by Central. Yeah. And then I had been planning to do a seafood one because I was telling Chris about how like I'm like trash with like seafood. Like I haven't eaten seafood since like I was little.
For real?
And yeah, I just
allergies. I feel like people don't do it because of allergies.
And it wasn't allergies either.
You don't like the smell of it or something?
It was more like like sometimes when you're a little kid, like the less you know, the better. Like I like when I saw like my parents like eating like fish and like they were just taking the eyeball out the fish and putting it in their mouth, and I would tell them that's nasty, and they were like, oh no, that's actually the same as that other food that we give you. They used to give me like fried salmon and shit. They're like, that's the same as that. And I'm like, what? That's the same as salmon?
He was like, nah,
nope.
fuck this.
Yeah. I was like, nope, I'm out. And it's crazy. Like, it's almost like I put behind like all the years of like enjoying it and just like was like, nope.
Now I think you made it for that platter. That shit looked like amazing.
Yeah. And so shout out to Crystal and Maxine one time. That was all them. Like they brought like the banana leaves. Shit. They set shit up like traditional kind of like Filipino style. Like they have a name for it, but like they basically take a whole table, cover it in like banana leaves, and then just throw mad food on it.
They do that. They did that in Puerto Rico too when I went on the excursion. They had like it was a banana leaf, same thing. And they put like, it's like a spread, like a whole spread, like the different foods, you know what I mean? But that shit looked amazing. So shout out to Crystal.
Yeah, shout out to Crystal and Maxine.
And cut the check too, because
and also cut the check.
Nah, but for real though, like I eat out a lot. Like I don't consider myself a foodie. Like I can't like recall foods that I ate. Yeah. Like the specific ingredients in foods. Yeah. But I eat out a lot and a lot of different foods. And looking at that shit, I was like, I wanted it. Yeah. I couldn't tell you what's on the dish, but I fucking wanted it.
No, trust me. Like, there's some of the stuff on there that I didn't even know what it was, and they wouldn't tell me because they were like, "Oh, like you're gonna get like, you know how you get into your own head about things, and you're like, if you really don't like something, like your mind convinces you to
you're
not
like disgusting. That's how I felt about alot. Shout out to my Filipinos out there.
Oh, you've tried that?
I had it once.
And bruh. I explain to the people what that is, because like,
from my understanding, what it is, from what I remember, it's an embryo of like a chicken or some shit,
I think
or it could be a duck. It's either an embryo of a chicken or a duck. I think it's a duck, and you're eating a duck embryo.
Yo, so think about like an egg. But when you open it, you see the
whole,
baby duck's head.
The everything is there.
Yeah.
It's not a bad tasting thing. It's
not.
You got to get over it though. You got to like think about it.
See, that's the thing, right? Like,
we're so used to food being like prepared for us already. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And we're not seeing like the raw product of it. 100%. And like seeing it's just like it's actually legit like a raw form of it. Like same thing we used to like with fish and they cut out the eyes and stuff. People eat the eyes. The eyes and stuff. Yeah. Like even for Eid, we damn, let me put the alcohol away. It's too late. But
You're a bad life.
But like even for Eid, like people sacrifice the lambs and they use every part of it. And they eat like the lamb's brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and I think that's like traditionally like, a lot of like our ancestors just like they grew up like kind of like the Native Americans where like they would use every piece of the buffalo. Like, Dominicans, Puerto Rico, it doesn't matter. Like, when you're poor and you don't have a lot, you make the most out of everything.
Bro,
like,
you would suck the bone off of a bison if you had to.
Facts. Yo, when last time I went to DR to like visit family.
Where'd you go? Where's your family from in DR?
This is an area called Boca Chica.
That sounds familiar, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah. I had gone there and I noticed that they have stands where they just sell like
like the highways and shit where they sell they had the same thing in PR, like all on the major highways.
Exactly.
It looks like it's so deserted, but even so, there's still like mad people stopping there, and they have like they sell like lechons, like roasting, like everything fresh. Like
I'm telling you, bro,
mangoes, whatever you want, fresh.
Every piece of the pig imaginable was fried and served to people. Like when I saw like pig's feet, snout, ears, I was like. And bruh, the smell of that absolutely terrible. I don't know, but
I think before
like,
before I convert
don't
it,
ever listen to my opinion regarding food because, like I said before, I am trash with food. So there's a good chance that if I say something is bad, it's probably good to like most people, but just me in general, just smelling that like
no, you gotta like. There's a lot of shit that I don't think is appealing, but once you actually taste it, it's fucking rocking. Like alligator. Who the fuck would think alligator is good?
Oh, you ate alligator?
Alligator is fucking rocking.
Where'd you eat that at?
I had it at Rutgers, my first time ever.
Wow.
And then I had it recently when I went to New Orleans. I had alligator bites. That shit was slapping.
Legs?
There's little bites. It's like chicken tenders. Alligator bites. Yeah. They come in like chicken. But it's always alligator spicier, like the meat, but they like it's actually like more chewy. You know what I mean?
So
that's something you wouldn't like think about every day, like alligator.
So it's like, is that closer to like fish or like closer to chicken?
Definitely closer to chicken. It's just a lot chewier.
Yeah. And does it like
definitely closer to chicken?
Like, do you notice
everything's closer to chicken?
Do you like notice like a different taste in it or?
Yeah, it's a
lot. Or are you basically
spicier,
tasting the seasoning? Like,
nah, I don't think it's a seasoning in general. Like the meat is like a lot tougher. Yeah. And I think in general it's just like. It might sound crazy, but this is why I think alligators are a lot spicier. It's because they live in salt water. I don't fucking know if that makes a difference. Like, but
they're like already marinated.
Yeah, they're already marinated. They're pre-marinated. Like I don't know.
But that's an interesting take. Like, so you had embryo. So
I had a lot of like wild foods, and I feel like they're all good. Like octopus, like that shit's good too. Like it's fucking weird. It feels weird in your mouth, but it's
Krista
like,
brought over a squid, and I couldn't.
Squid is. I had squid again in PR recently. They had like a seafood platter. Like I said, I can't name foods off the top. I'm fucking terrible. They had crab legs, mussels, squid.
Yeah, you fuck with all that.
It had chunks of like salmon in it. Yeah, I love seafood.
Yeah,
it had shrimp in it. Obviously, shrimp's like the go-to shit.
Yeah.
But the squid was probably my favorite in that thing. And I'm telling you, I love crab legs. And I think the squid in that was probably my favorite.
Bro, like in that previous episode, there was like this crab claw that Crystal kept trying to get me to eat, bro.
Why not?
Yo, bro, like I'm telling you, it's not even me, bro. It's like my body, like.
Bro, like you have to just get out this preconceived notion that like shit is nasty. You just gotta like.
It's not even nasty. Like I had it in my hand and I was like trying to. it was almost like
I think you're just used to a certain type of food, like being prepared a certain type of way. So like, you see something different, you don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't blame you. Some shit like, but once you bite into it, you actually like get it. Like, ooh.
Yeah, there was like this like white meat fish that resembled chicken a lot. Yeah. And I ate that, and I was like,
it was good.
It wasn't like good, but it was like tolerable. Versus like,
tolerable.
Yeah, it was tolerable versus putting like crab meat. Like as soon as I put that,
you don't like crab meat?
I tried.
Like what's your problem with crab meat? Like why
I don't think I gave it like a good enough try, but like I was doing a lot of firsts in that episode.
Why don't you like crab meat?
I don't know.
You know what we're gonna do?
It's not like I inherit.
Listen, they got me on camera.
Here we go.
They got me on camera.
Oh shit, I'm scared.
I'm gonna take him to Joe's Crab Shack, and it's gonna be on me, and we're gonna eat so much fucking crab there.
Oh shit.
Okay, so you have me on camera saying this shit.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That's a gentleman's deal right there.
I'm sweating now.
I'm telling you, bro.
I don't know, man. Like, it takes some easing into it, right? Because if there's like some food that you haven't eaten in years, it's kind of hard to just jump in head first and be like, I'm gonna try every type of seafood now. It's like, I started slow with the fish.
Let me ask you,
the fish was okay.
Like, what do you usually eat on like a regular basis? Like, what is your like your go tos? You know what I mean? Like in the last few years, let's say, like what do you usually eat?
I'd say chicken is a go to.
Chicken's
chicken's bomb. Yeah, beef is a go to, but like I don't really do the whole like that bloody ass steak kind of thing. Like,
hold up. This is another question I need.
Yeah, sure.
How do you get your steak? This is how I'm judging you right now. This is how I judge everybody.
Well, actually, I don't get steaks.
But when you do get steak.
So like, usually when I get something, and it has to be cooked to like a certain thing, I say like medium well.
Medium well is the only way to go, people.
Oh,
only way.
Okay.
Only way, people.
Yeah, because like if you do well done, then you're getting a piece of charcoal.
People say well done, and
it'll
well
be too
done
tough.
is too chewy, man. You'll be there for like hours trying to chew one piece. Yeah. And you get like
some people
medium
get
rare.
medium.
People tell me that shit all the time, like medium rare. I can't, bro.
I can't do the bloody meat, bro.
That's like eating like pussy on the period. That's the exact analogy. Is like that's disgusting, bro.
Wow.
If you're
not expect that comparison.
Yeah, if you're that type of caveman that can do that, then of course you can eat medium rare. But like for the rest of the people, like I don't know. They say it has more flavor and shit. I heard multiple people say that.
I hear it's like more like juicy. And
I mean, it's blood. Of course,
that's not
it's
juice.
blood.
It's blood.
It's a
You're
difference.
consuming blood.
You're not consuming juices. You're consuming blood. That's disgusting.
Yeah, so I mean, medium well. But
medium well is the only way.
But I've seen people do like rare, and when I see that, like I don't know. I had a period in high school where like I was really into like Food Network, and I would like for some reason I would just watch that shit like crazy, even though I never cook.
Yeah.
I would just watch it, and I'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool, and like I'd watch people like obviously cook a steak and shit. And they take that shit off mad early off like the stove, and I'm like, oh wait, you just put that in, like you about to cut into that now, and you cut into it and you see it like pure red, and they like squeeze it with like their fork, and you just see the blood come out. I'm like, people
like that shit, bro.
I don't know. I guess
like actually just got into this argument and PR with this solo traveler.
Yeah.
We just talk about
shout out to solo travelers.
We went out for a steak.
Yeah,
and he told me, he's like, I travel the world all the time. I'm a big foodie, and he's like, the only way to get steak is medium rare. I'm like, bro, it's impossible.
Bro,
it's fucking impossible, yo.
Now I forgot again what the levels were, but like medium rare is like right under like medium. Cause like I know there's levels, like rare.
There's levels to this shit.
Yeah. Rare is like the high, the
rare is like you're killing the cow, and it's like
and you just throw it on your plate like a wild animal. And I know well done is the other end of the spectrum, where it's too cooked.
Yeah. Okay.
Medium well is like slightly under that, which is what I choose.
Actually, there's something even rarer than rare.
There's like uncooked.
There's something rarer than rare. Like this shit is disgusting.
So all right, so tell us what the levels are from the beginning.
There's blue rare.
Blue rare. What the fuck?
It's blue rare. That's how rare it is. It's not even red rare. It's blue rare.
Wow.
And then there's rare, which we just talked about. Medium rare, which everybody thinks is fucking the best, which is disgusting. There's medium, which nobody ever gets.
Yeah.
Medium well.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys. Shout out to all of us. We're the smartest community in the world. We use 100% of our brains, and this is proof. And then it's well done.
Yeah.
So it's 6.
Yeah.
Blu-ray, I never heard of that. That sounds fucking insane.
The rare hive is gonna come after us and be like,
I feel like the medium rare hive is. I mean, yeah, the medium rare hive is the same people who like anti-vax. Yeah. So you guys belong in the same group of people who just don't want to live. But it's okay though. I love you all.
Yeah. So actually, like before we were on the mic, we were actually talking about like the whole like travel thing. And I told you I was going to Cancun, and we had talked about how you gone to Puerto Rico, and you asked me who I was going with, and I was like, oh, I'm going by myself.
And I told him that's the dopest shit ever because I could never do it.
Yeah, and I was telling him like
that's the dopest shit ever.
I was talking on a group chat with some other friends, and they were like kind of asking me where I was going. I was like Cancun, and then a friend had mentioned like because I had told them that basically. Almost everywhere I traveled in the last maybe 3 years, I've gone solo, and it's just been like mad easy. Like I've been on trips with like 4 people before, and like that's cool. That has a much different vibe to it. Like now that I've done it, like there was definitely people within the group that was a little
Civic gang. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I know it's Civic just from the fucking
yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, there was definitely people within that group that were a little, disgruntled with each other.
Can I ask you a question? I'm
sure.
sorry. I'm sorry cutting you off.
Sure.
I always forget shit.
No,
that's
no,
why
it's
I gotta
fine.
say
No,
I forget.
No, I love it.
That's why I say before I forget.
Dive in.
And I probably forgot already. Fuck. Oh yeah, I need that as a sound bit again. I need to run that shit back whenever, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That shit needs to be like recorded.
What, the one you just heard right now?
The I just did. I need that shit.
Yeah, I got you.
I need that shit.
Yeah.
It's like you ever seen Joe Budden podcast when he talks about the Tiger song?
Yeah.
I feel like that same like I just did is the same like type of classic shit.
Yeah, I love this podcast. Yo, shout out to Joe Budden.
Cut the check too. Cut the check. All y'all niggas. Joe Budden, I seen you get exposed by Nicki.
Yo, tomorrow's episode's gonna be crazy.
Finish what you were talking about. We're going to that real quick.
So there was it was a different vibe, like that was my first time really having to like go with other people's plans when I was out in some place because you go solo, like you are guided strictly by your own actions.
Whatever you want to do. Like, that's really free will.
I feel like a leaf in the wind, and whichever way the wind blows me, like I just go that way and I just do that. But like, going on vacation with other people, we kind of have to agree on stuff and like who's going to drive and do all that stuff.
It's a lot. And it takes a lot out of the day. It takes a lot. Even planning wise, it takes a lot out of you. Like,
yeah. I definitely don't regret it. I had a good time. It was like a different kind of good time.
Yeah.
Just a different experience. But like prior to that, I've always gone, like I've gone to DR by myself. I've gone to Hawaii by myself twice.
Hold up. Did you guys talk about Jellyfish in Hawaii?
Yes, I did. I was so tight, bro. Like
I got stung by Jellyfish in PR. I was so fucking mad.
On this last trip?
Yeah, I was so fucking mad, bro. I wanted to kill everybody on that beach. I wanted to kill every jellyfish. We need jellyfish to be extinct, bro.
Yo, facts. Like, what are they good for? Like,
I don't know. They have to have some like type of like biology because there has to be something good with them. Like, that's why they're still alive. Like, there has to be something that they do.
There has to be a reason why. Because like I have the same idea for like roaches and like mosquitoes. I'm like, why do they exist? Like they serve as no function to like anybody, especially mosquitoes, because like they spread like sickness.
They spread diseases and shit. That's why they're here for.
I'm like
depopulate humans.
I'm like, why would like if they were like invented or whatever, like why did they ever come to existence? Like why like
jellyfish?
Or mosquitoes? Like what family like tree had to happen for them to exist? And I'm like what evolutionary like
it was like
thing
an
was
ant
like
eater like ate the wrong type of ant.
Yeah.
And then just like birthed like some wild fly shit. And then like that wild fly just
like
came
if a regular
out.
fly evolved to like the need for blood for some reason.
It just needed blood. And it just needed human blood. And this gave you a fucking big bruise on your shoulder every time. That itches.
It's mad annoying.
Like, and I can spread Zika and shit. Like
yeah, exactly.
Mosquitoes might be like fucking super freaks.
They're
like,
not good for like anything, bro.
They have to have some purpose. Like, I feel like everything has a purpose, and the mosquitoes have to have some purpose in life.
Yeah, like it'd be cool if
like bees fucking suck and they sting you, but they
do have a purpose.
Yeah, they do something.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Same thing with bats.
Yeah,
bats suck, but they do something.
Yeah, I don't know what bats do, but
I think they eat flies.
They eat flies,
like a lot of flies.
Well, I mean, we get into that whole like the animal chain, of,
and
like,
they drop. I think they drop shit in like the river, which causes like some type of like dioxide. We're not getting into this.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. We're not a science podcast.
Yeah, we're not getting into this shit.
We have no idea what we're talking about.
Do your own fucking Googles. I'm not here for that.
Google is free, my friend.
I'm here to drink.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like I got stung by jellyfish, and like it was one of those things where like I went to the beach mad early in the morning because that's a vibe. Like before everybody comes in.
What was the weather like?
I think it was cloudy.
Was it hot?
Yeah, like
because I read that
so it was like the sun was hot.
It was 97. You said 97?
No. I was gonna say it's Hawaii, so it's always hot. I don't remember how hot it was. But
I read that jellyfish migrate more closer to shore when like it's hotter weather. The reason for that, I don't know the reason.
I don't know because like that was my second time going there, and like I had never had a problem with jellyfish before, but like this time around, like I'd walk by occasionally because the hotel was like mad close. And I would see signs for jellyfish, and I'm like, "Oop, I'm not going in that water today." But like the day I went in there, there was no sign for that. So it must have been like I went so early that the beach people that normally put the signs
didn't go. They were working. Yeah. It's a 9 to 5 only pop out.
So I went in the water. I'm all chilling and shit. I'm like, hey, it's like I can see like the sunrise. It was a vibe.
You came out.
I came out early in the morning.
That's too early. I'm scared. I'm scared to go in the water. Like I love water, bro. I'm at every water ride. I'm at every beach. Like I love water. I can get smacked by a 10-foot wave and I still love it. But I could never go in water like. When there's no light.
When you can't see underneath?
Yeah, when I can't. No, because the beach over here, you can't see underneath. Yeah. But like, I can't do when there's no light.
No, but that water was mad clear though. Like,
so you can still see like at that time?
Well, not at that time, but like.
See, I can't
but like
do that
during
shit.
the day, like you see the sunshine,
yo.
you can see your whole hand underneath. Like you can see.
Yeah. That's anywhere but fucking here.
Yeah, facts.
Anywhere but here.
Oh,
God.
Last year, I went to a beach here for the very first time. And
what beach?
Shucks, I forgot which.
You know what you should do? You should take a shot of Henny on air.
Oh, I should. All right,
you definitely should.
Yeah. All right. Let me get a.
Yeah, you definitely should.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but this needs to happen. We were talking about alcohol this whole time. This is. He bought the alcohol.
You know what's funny? I've never tasted Henny.
You know what? Your best is put some ice in it.
Oh, should I?
Yeah. If it's hot, you probably won't like it. If it's colder, you might like it. People complain all the time. Yeah, I hate hot and it burns, but I'm used to it by now. So don't remind me. I'm a savage.
So like, are the whole stereotype shit with like a lot of people liking Henny, is that really a thing?
That is a thing.
It is.
You know why? Because rappers perpetuate the stereotype. Rappers make it so like.
Okay.
Henny's not the best cognac.
Oh, it's not.
It's not. I like Martell better than Henny.
Yeah.
But you can't find Martell at every bar. You can't find because Henny's more marketable. You know what I'm saying? So they sell it more often. Henny's good. I fuck with Henny, but Martell's a better cognac. This is that people, they rap about Henny. I get Henny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then Jay was on that Douce because he's trying to like.
He's trying to get to the market. Yeah, same shit. Douce's alright though. I think Henny's better than Douce still. But it's like I said, there's levels to this Henny. I mean, cognac shit.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's a good amount.
All right.
Definitely a good amount. Don't see?
Yeah.
You fucked up.
I couldn't help it. Yeah,
you fucked up.
Yeah, okay. So the whole thing is just like drink it, right?
I mean, you taking it neat, so I would just take a sip by sip. Like, don't chug the whole thing. Yeah, it's not like a shot. Like, take a sip. Chill, neat.
Rubbing alcohol. No, this
I think Jesus turned water into Henny.
Word.
But that's my personal opinion on shit. But we're not getting into that.
Yeah. But yeah, like back to the whole jellyfish thing. Like, I went into the water and like it was a vibe, or whatever, and then like I felt like this crazy stabbing pain in my leg. And no lie, like I got out of the water and like it started to like burn. Like, it felt like I was on fire, but I'm like, I'm in water. This makes no sense. Like I feel like I would see flames.
Water burn?
Yeah. I feel like I would see flames if I was on fire, and then like apparently I did something that you're not supposed to do. Like I had like my hand on it, and
you're not supposed to put hand on it. People say pee on it. That makes it worse because you're fucking putting acid on it. It's gonna burn you even more.
The pH of that.
Yes, it's not a good combination. Don't do that.
Yeah, but like I wasn't sure what the fuck it was, so I was convinced that something stung me, and low key, like I thought I was gonna die because like I had never felt like that kind of pain in my leg.
That shit fucking hurts. And I read that Hawaiian jellyfish are probably like the worst in like the world, close to like Australian jellyfish. So I'll do my research. When I get bit, I was so mad that
I was doing research too.
I had to research on how to kill these motherfuckers. I was so mad.
No, not even that. Like I was looking at like how their mechanism works and like how like just like their little like
tentacles
spaghetti type tentacles things, like how they like basically have like mad needles that basically like go
That's how it works?
Yeah.
Shit.
And like,
that's why I heard so
they're
much.
like tiny like super micro needles and like they inject like
they penetrate. That's why I heard so much. It's not just like a topical like, you know what I'm saying? It's like actual
it's like
instant.
an injection.
Yeah.
And like they have this toxin and it's like it's crazy how strong that is because
bro, that shit, if anybody got stung by jellyfish, you would know that shit fucking hurts.
Because
bro.
I try to think about it from like evolutionary like stance, like why do jellyfish need that? Like you can barely see them in water. Like what predator do they have that they need to do that to?
I think they live like deep in the ocean.
But I'm still trying to think
I don't fucking know where they live. Like, actually, I'm lying.
Like I wonder if they use that as a mechanism for like weakening. I don't know what they eat.
I don't know what they eat either. Yeah.
I think they eat plankton. I think.
Yeah, they have to eat something small. But why do they need that? I don't understand. I mean, it's a defense mechanism. It has to be because like, what's the name of that lizard? What's the name of that lizard?
Iguana.
No, it's one of those fucking like lizards like Australia that fucking like shoots blood out of his eye. I think it's called like,
what the fuck? You know, I was thinking about the one with the little like neck that expands. That
which one is that?
No, yeah, there's like this lizard that has like an expanding neck, kind of like the way cobras do. But
you're talking about like Jurassic Park type lizard?
Yeah.
It's a short-horned lizard. There we go.
Yeah, and you saw one of them?
It shoots. Nah, I never seen one.
I was about to say.
I seen it like Animal Planet. I was watching as a kid. They fucking shoot blood like backwards out their eye as like defense mechanism.
What the fuck? So it goes in their socket? Like I don't get it.
No, even when they're done, you can still see like the blood area. Like people, they're tiny lizards like this big.
Yeah,
and that's the defense mechanism. They shoot blood out their eyes
as a defense mechanism. Yes. So is that supposed to like scare you? Like, oh no, like this guy's having a thing. Like,
it might like. For humans, that's fucking scary as shit. Like for other animals, I feel like that might be a little scary too. You got like fucking,
you're like, whoa,
yeah,
bro, like,
you don't know what the fuck this is. Like, yeah, same thing with ink. Like ink doesn't hurt, but octopuses, octopi do it.
That's like more of an escape kind of thing, right? Like you just shoot hella ink in their face.
I think the blood might be the same thing. They shoot. That's why they shoot behind them because the predators chase them. They shoot behind them.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
animals
it's kind of useless, but like, I mean, it might work.
Animals are kind of lit.
Animals are fucking crazy. Like, what's my shit? Like, what do I do to scare people?
Facts.
Let me know.
You're just like, you got the Henny bottle, so you know that's a threat right there.
Nah, when you got the Henny in me, that's always a threat.
Yeah.
All right, so don't talk to me when I got the Henny in me, okay?
So what kind of drunk are you? Are you a friendly type drunk? Or are you like angry?
Nah, I'm definitely friendly as shit. Like I might get angry.
Some people say like this makes them fight people.
Yes, and I see that all the time. It's for people who can't tolerate alcohol. That's why I suggest if you don't drink, don't drink.
Yeah.
I feel like I, for one, am a person who I drink enough. Yeah. I'm a friendly alcoholic. I like this. Mm-hmm. I socialize more. I get more open. Like I like to talk more when I get.
That's the only reason I've considered doing it because I'm not naturally a social person. So I'm like, maybe I should drink so like I can be loose and not be like a fucking turtle in my shell.
No, you can find other ways to do that. You can find like different ways to like converse. Like there's different.
I know. If I get enough in my head about it, like I can probably figure out a way to just jump in and be like, have a conversation.
The only way I feel like I talk
alcohol
more
allows you to do that without really thinking about it.
Exactly. But you say a lot more stupid shit. You know what I mean? Probably, it's not like you'd be better off just being sober and like actually like know what you're gonna talk about and actually having like an outline of like things that you know rather than getting drunk and then you being drunk you're just spilling out your thoughts and a lot of them don't make sense.
Do you believe, because I've heard people say this, that apparently the truth comes out when they're drunk or like
100%.
You think so?
100%. People this is see, this is a problem. See, I'm getting a little lit, so I'm not gonna use terms right now. I'm gonna put this in not a medical jargon. I'm gonna put this in regular people jargon. Ooh. But there's a part of your brain that's inhibited that makes decisions. Yeah, that's inhibited when you have alcohol in your system. So to a certain extent,
your judgment is impaired. So there's like
to a certain extent, the part of your brain that's rationalizing and saying like, oh, don't do this because this is not what you want to say. Yeah, or this is not what you want. Yeah. That part is gone. Yeah, because so you start saying what you want.
Because naturally we all have that part of our brain where we're like, whether it be at work or like with a friend, like there's that part where there's that thing you want to say, but then there's what you end up saying.
Exactly.
And you're like, woo, I'm glad I didn't say that because like I'll probably, and that happens a lot.
And when you get lit, that part of your brain is like not there. You're like so you start saying whatever the fuck you feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the truth does come out when you're drunk.
That's interesting.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So I don't know where the hell we were. We were talking about jellyfish.
We're talking about jellyfish, and I want to get to the point about jellyfish. They fucking suck.
Yeah, basically. I ended up going to the doctor that day, and like there was no clinics nearby, and I was panicking. I was like, yo, I gotta find some medical professional to check me out. And basically, it was just like, oh yeah, you know what you have there? It looks like a jellyfish thing. You're just basically gonna have to wait it out. And I'm like, fuck, like I'm paying you to like. I the same thing
on Google, bro. You gotta go with the pain. I put some ointment on it. I just let it rock, bro.
Like I'm paying you to figure something out. You're just gonna tell me, yeah, you should just wait it out. I'm like, man.
Bro, see, your thing is excusable. My shit is not, because I seen one jellyfish before, right?
Oh, you saw it when you were in the water.
I saw it when I was before.
Your vision is good because like they're kind of hard to see.
No, like you said, the water's clear, shit. It was daylight. I wasn't swimming in the water. Like I was fucking sitting down like the water was hitting me. I was just chilling and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like a dead whale on the beach like this. So fucking, I seen a jellyfish like actually like, he's like rocking with the waves kind of. And I'm like, fuck, let me get out. So that I wanted to get out. I had like this beach chair, and I wound up scooping it out and like digging it into the sand and like burying it.
Oh, you wallin'.
I swear to God. So like, fuck, the beach is clear. We're good. So I get back in probably like 30 minutes later, yo. Yeah. I was in the water for too long, first of all. 30 minutes later, like I shouldn't be sitting down for 30 minutes. That's weird.
Yeah.
So I'm in the water for 30 minutes long.
And chances are, like if you find one, that's not the only one.
I learned. Yep. They come in like fucking floods. It's not just like one. Gang. Yes, exactly. Jellyfish gang. You feel me? You ever seen that episode of SpongeBob?
Yo.
That's exactly what the fuck it is.
You know what's funny? After I got stung, I'm like, yo, now I know what SpongeBob feels like when the jellyfish was like following him and it was like bzz, bzz.
Nigga, that shit is real, bro.
They exaggerate that shit on that show, but that's how I was feeling. I was like, bro, like I'm getting out this water ASAP. Like that just ruined my whole morning. Like
so what happened was I didn't see the second one. Yeah. I felt something brushing my leg and I was like, yo, what the hell, man?
That's the first suspect. Like,
sometimes you think it's like seaweed or something. So you don't think twice about it.
Just brush it off.
And the thing about it, that beach was so beautiful. It was in Cabo Rojo. That beach is so beautiful. Mm-hmm. There was no fucking seaweed. So me even thinking there was seaweed there was fucking like ridiculous. And that was just like my first like impression. Like at some problem it's seaweed. Yeah. Fuck it. So I'm sitting there. You don't hear it, but you feel it.
Yeah. Oh, you feel it,
bro. That nigga lit my toe on fire, bro. I ran out the water so fast, bro. I seen it. That nigga was like this big, bro. Like he was like the king jellyfish, some shit. I was like, nah. I got out my toe, like literally had like a lump like this big, bro. And it was like you said, it was burning. It was itching. Like I just want it was like a mosquito bite times like 40 plus a bee sting on top of that.
When I saw the bumps on my leg, I was like, bad. Actually, I think I still have a mark. It's not visible here, but like when I saw the bumps on it, I'm like, it was something. And my initial reaction was like, okay, I didn't see anything, so I'm just gonna assume jellyfish. But like I'm like, okay, I don't know what was in that water, because even though you can see in there, like you have no idea what the hell it is. But I don't know, man. Something about sea creatures are so crazy. Like that stingray ended up killing the Steve Irwin guy.
Rest in peace, yo.
Bro,
rest in peace. That's a real nigga.
Like, yo, stingrays are like fucking dangerous, bro. Like, I don't know who their predators are and why they need that.
Yeah, we don't. Like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on in the ocean? They gotta do this to people.
Why do you need something so strong to like?
Like what's y'all ocean creatures? If y'all ever like get so advanced to the point where you can watch fucking YouTube, y'all people are advanced. Ooh. Like you are above and beyond like the fucking. I was like land people threshold. Like we don't come up here, please. We think people over here are savages. Like you guys down there are fucking savages. And we don't know what's even lower. Like, we haven't gone to the lowest depths of like the ocean. So we have no idea. We see like goblin fish and shit. Them niggas look fucking ridiculous.
I think it's amazing that we've lived on this earth for so long. And there's still species that we don't know.
We have no idea. That's so imagine what the fuck is down there. Like imagine like we see this shit on the surface that goes crazy like this. Imagine what's down there. Like there has to be shit down there like that. First of all, it lives in super high pressures. Second of all, it lives in the extreme darkness. Like there's literally is no light. Sunlight can't touch it. You feel me? It's just black all day. So imagine what kind of predators are down there.
Yeah, for real. Like I just learned yesterday. Shout out to the marine life podcast. But like I just yesterday learned about like this type of shrimp that like basically like stands upright and it has like these crazy like flowing like colors, and basically like what it does is like apparently it punches like so hard underwater that it creates like a vacuum when it does it. And so I'm like, why does this shrimp exist? Like that's kind of wild. Like in the video version, I'll actually put an image of it because I don't remember what the hell it's called.
Like I say, yeah, this shrimp that punches so hard.
Yeah, it creates a vacuum in the water, and like it's like visible, and I'm like, why does shrimp need to do that? Like, who are you facing that like that you need to do that to?
There's some unparalleled creatures down there, boy. You'd be surprised.
No, like that's probably one of the scariest things on earth. Like being able to like go deep enough under the ocean. Well, first of all, if the water pressure doesn't kill you, like
which definitely
being able to go deep enough to like see what's up down there. That's probably like the scariest shit ever. Like. Because you really don't know.
You don't know. That's a crazy thing. And it's so hard to find it because it's really like pitch black. Like it's literally pitch black. Like the invisibility is probably like what I don't know how big a submarine can get, how big like how deep you can go into within. But like the deeper you go, the darker it gets. And it's already pitch black at a certain point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like invisibility is like from here to like fucking like 10 feet probably at most. Like some shit, you know what I mean? Is that's crazy.
Some of the animals down there have adapted to that darkness and generate their own light.
Yeah,
like
they generate their own light. That's fucking weird.
That's cool as hell. Like, why can't we use that technology and use that in places that don't have electricity? Like, if we figure out how they.
But there are animals on the surface that do that.
There is.
There was this shit. It's a lake in Puerto Rico to have that. There's like one of the 5 like natural lakes in the world that actually have like a what's the word, like bioluminescent whatever.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not English major. A bioluminescent lake where the actual the fish there actually produce like a light, so like the shit lights up. It's fucking dope. Like it's only 5 in the world.
Because I know I've seen some fish that are kind of like fluorescent, but they're not actually like making light. It's more like the light that comes into them kind of it reflects off of their skin. Versus like,
I don't think it's that because if it reflects at night, the water lights up.
Well, there is light at night, but yeah,
it could be that. Pretty. If you feel like that, yeah, it could be.
Yeah, but like anglerfish, I don't know if you've seen like they have like this little thing that comes out of their head that looks kind of like a light bulb.
I think that was a garden shark. My fault. I'm all.
It's totally fine. Listen, this is not a marine biology podcast. We don't know anything.
Disclaimer: I don't know shit about fish. I just eat them.
Yo, nah. Put respect on fish's name, yo. Like
I don't know shit about fish. I just eat them shits. You feel me? So if you a fish, you try and get ate.
And also, when I'm saying fish, I mean Victor. But like,
I fucking eat them.
Yo, put respect on fish's name.
Oh, yo, fish.
Shout out to fish one time. Yeah. How you gonna say you give a fuck about fish? That's the only fish you give a fuck about, right?
Fish, I give a fuck about you heavy, bro.
Yeah.
The rest of y'all fishes out there?
Yeah, every other fish
we don't know about.
We only respect the big fish.
Fish local?
Yeah.
I know about you, Poppy. I know you.
Yeah, but yeah, so that ends this segment of the Marine Biology podcast.
Yeah.
I wanted to move on to like being black. And I know that's a funny segue, but like
Good.
I was wondering because just generally, I feel like I had a conversation about this before, but like, was there ever a moment where you realized you were black?
Like all the time when I get
really
not really growing up, because growing up you see a lot of like, well, yeah, growing up too, because I'm black and Puerto Rican, but I'm like, I speak zero Spanish. You feel me?
Oh, you don't speak any Spanish?
No, my Spanish is terrible, bro.
Oh, come on, man.
My Spanish is terrible, bro. I can say like que lo que, like, you know, borracho.
Oh, you're half of the way there.
Borracho is my favorite word.
You can speak to most Dominicans and be like, hey,
que lo que, you feel me? But nah, my Spanish is really fucking bad. So like, even growing up, like I knew I was.
So you grew up speaking English in the home?
We grew up speaking Spanish in the home.
Oh, really?
My dad spoke Spanish. My mom didn't. My sister did.
Yeah.
So they spoke Spanish.
You have a sister?
An older sister. She's like 10 years older than me. So.
Shout out to Benny's sister.
Nah, fuck her. But anyway. Yeah. So like my dad would tell me like he has videos of me like as a kid I was speaking Spanish fluently, but like like he left the household. You feel me? So like and my mom didn't speak any Spanish and neither my sister left already until she went to college. So like it's just like I just lost that shit completely. So like even today, I don't speak any Spanish. So like, but it's dope though because I grew up having both sides of the spectrum. Yeah, but I knew I was black because I couldn't speak fucking Spanish. That made me I was good at. Like there's a lot of like we had kids that were like, you know, growing up. Thank God, growing up in Jersey City is the best thing ever. People don't believe it.
Shout out to People
don't believe it because people see it now. But growing up in Jersey City, like in 2000s, early 2000s, was the greatest shit ever, yo. Mm-hmm. You met so many different people. You feel me? So we so I grew up. I met a lot of black people, obviously, in my in my grammar school. A lot of black people, a lot of Spanish people, a lot of Egyptians, Indians. Yep. Not really white people. It was like one or two, but you know,
I was going to say that. Yeah.
Like, now there's a million, but before there were none.
That's a fact.
Maybe I literally I think I graduated like grammar school and I met like I want to say like 4 white people, maybe 5. Yeah. And they were like down the earth white people. They weren't like, you know.
I was gonna say the same thing. Like,
they were like down with the hood because they chill with all black people all the time.
Exactly. But now like they could be Italian, Irish, but like they like all the same music we do.
They like everything we do. Yeah. But now we have these people in Jersey City where we're looked at as outsiders. Yeah. In Jersey City. Yeah. Like I literally had somebody. I forgot. It was probably like 2 years ago. I was walking down the Porters and like it was with my niggas. You know, we look crazy sometimes. She said, "Yo, why don't you go back to your own city?" I'm like, "Bitch, what you mean?" Yeah, I'm like, "Bitch, what you mean? This is my city." Like, what the fuck, like, bro? Like, why don't you go back to your city? Like, I don't get it. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, Jersey City's really become like that. Like, it's really like bad. Like, if you go downtown, people give you crazy looks. Like, if you're not looking up to. Like I used to go to Newport. Like I used to wear, I used to wear sweatpants and shit. Like fine. Now I feel like people look at you differently, like depending on what you wear. Like and it's sad, bro. Like this. Yeah. Like rent in the Heights now is even crazy.
Yeah. Like I just moved from the Heights and I could already see how things were changing.
Now you're talking about building more condos.
Yeah. And like right
across, you know, by Supremo, I think like I think right either in front of it, I think, or behind it. They're trying to build like a condominium complex.
What?
It's ridiculous, yo.
Across the street from that same Supremo, they have that Choco Pan, that this like French bakery. And yeah, you don't see anybody that looks like me going in there.
Nobody.
There's a bar like on that same corner. I don't know who be going there, but like it's not any Spanish people.
There's people that work with my job who have never lived in Jersey City ever, and they moved here like 2 years ago, right? And they live in these condos now, and they tell me all things about Jersey City. I'm like, bro. Yeah. I've been living home my whole life, bro. Like, you're not gonna tell me about Jersey City. Like, you're not gonna say like, this place you should go there. Like, bro, I've been there like a million times.
I saw there was this Reddit post because like Jersey City apparently has like a subreddit, and I read on there that somebody was like, they were asking the people on that forum like. They were like, "Oh, I make like $200K a year. I'm wondering if that's enough to like live in Jersey City." And I'm like,
"Oh my god!" And bro, that's enough money. Whoever said that is enough money to live anywhere. First of all, like,
and I looked at that like, my parents never seen anywhere near that amount, and like we were living just fine.
We probably, if I was lucky, probably made that in like 10 years. We were lucky, like I don't know, like
facts.
Come on now.
And I was like, man, those are the type of people moving into here. But like, you know, obviously you see all these new condos being built and like
it's getting even worse. Like a lot of people like now that live in Jersey City moving to Bayonne, and I feel like that's like the biggest market now. Now you even see condos being built in Bayonne, like brand new condos. Like Bayonne's obviously not as popping. It probably will never be as popping as Jersey City because we don't have the skyline.
Word.
But it's getting to that point where like they're building condos everywhere in Bayonne now. That's how crazy Jersey City is, that people are getting pushed out to Bayonne, and Bayonne is building condos now. So people are getting pushed out of it. I don't know where the fuck people are gonna go next because it's just getting to the point where it's like, it's not even affordable. Like it's not good at all.
They're taking up a lot of like by Liberty Park, there used to be like a lot of abandoned like space and
all that shit on Johnson Ave. Yeah. My dad used to own a crib on Johnson Ave. He sold that shit. Look at that shit now. They're gonna tear that right by the park. Actually, I think it's called Baby Rockers or whatever.
Yeah.
They're gonna actually build. They bought the shit out already. They're gonna cut that down. They're gonna build another thing. They already built the condos around the corner from that.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? That whole thing, like Baker Street condos now, they got other condos. Like, what the fuck?
They are quick too.
Those condos come up in 2 months.
Facts. Like, yo,
how do you build a 30 fucking, like, a 30 duplex combo or some shit in fucking 2 months? Give me your technology.
Yo, I could spend just like 1 month not passing by an area, and then when I just...
When you come back, it's
I come back and I'm like...
It's nuts, yo. It's nuts how fast it builds and shit. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. You feel me? It's a good and a bad side to it. I mean,
I think that's like the consensus.
Jersey City got a lot better in terms of like
quality of life.
Exactly, 100%. But at the same time, like it's depriving the how do you say? The natives, the natives of our culture. Like Jersey City's not Jersey City no more. You can't say you're from Jersey City and people look at you the same way they did before.
I think it's a new Jersey City now because like if you think about it, like it's kind of like a mix of the old and the new because like it's funny like
But I feel like in like within 10 years the old's not gonna be here anymore. There's not going to be an old.
That's a good point.
It's going to be just. It's going to be just Jersey City. It's going to happen because Jersey City becomes so gentrified. So many businesses popping. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. Yeah. But it's not good if you can't afford it. And a lot of the people who were born and raised in Jersey City can't afford it.
Yeah.
So I mean. It's good and the bads. I mean, it's cool to see like
it's cool to see things get better.
Exactly.
As somebody who's been here when it wasn't great, it's good to see things better.
Exactly.
But it's bad that I might not get to enjoy it.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it.
It might be so good that I can't enjoy it.
We can't afford it. So in the next 10 years we'll be out of here. I'm moving to fucking Sayreville or some shit, my nigga. I'm taking my talent down south.
Yo. But back to the whole like being black thing. I feel like the first time I realized that was probably like I don't know what specific grade, but whenever we started learning about slavery and shit, and like that people that had our skin color were like treated differently. I was like, oh, I'm that skin color.
That's me.
Like oh shit, but like that's the thing. Like when we were growing up, we saw a lot of people that looked like us. Yeah, and so like it didn't feel like you were an outsider. Can you imagine if you were like born into like, you went to a school system and you were the only kid that looked like you? There? Yeah.
Oh my God.
That'd be way different. Like I think you'd take that news like super early. Oh like just like, trying to make friends. Like, their parents, may or may not like say something to them, like whether they could be your friends. But like I feel like growing up in Jersey City, it was like so welcoming because it was like everybody.
It was literally a melting pot. It wasn't like oh, you didn't fuck with this person because of this. Like we literally seen everybody. Yeah,
and I almost didn't really acknowledge that until like I didn't acknowledge really our differences until like probably like later on in school, where like I'm like
you see when you go elsewhere like even. But it was dope that even like after Dickinson, Dickinson was super diverse, right?
Oh yeah, that's a fact. I don't know.
we hear some crazy sounds.
It'd be so crazy shit coming through the window. Like, I don't know if the mic picked that up at all, but yeah.
Dickinson's diverse.
Yeah.
And then I want to go to Rutgers, which is probably like one of the top diverse schools in America. You know what I mean? So like I've been blessed to see diversity this whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But there's other schools who might not be as diverse. You feel me? So like it'd be weird.
I took that for granted, honestly, because like I thought that every place was like Jersey City, but it's not.
Definitely not.
It's not.
Even when you go like this, like more southern. When you go more southern than Jersey, like it gets a lot more like.
I noticed that
Caucasians for the best part.
And the homes are like
a lot nicer.
Crazy.
A lot nicer. A lot nicer for a lot less in Jersey City, at least.
Like,
let's put it like that.
Like the distance between the houses are much greater. Like,
homes a lot bigger, more yards.
Like nicer. Like, it's crazy. Like Jersey as a state has like probably every type of wealth imaginable. Like you have like
you go from the hood. You're talking about like Irvington number blocks.
Yeah,
Jersey City back in the days. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about like East Orange and shit still.
Yeah,
and then you go from places like Tom's River. Like
exactly.
Even if you go up north, you go like to
or like
what's that shit up north right here? Like Edgewater, like a little bit north of that. Like,
you start seeing some of the homes there.
Start seeing the homes. Even Montclair, like this house in Montclair got mansions you're talking about. Like it's beautiful. Yeah. You know what's surprising? People don't know in Bayonne there's mansions. Literally mansions in Bayonne on the waterfront. No, if you go down Avenue like 30 right after the park, like Avenue A, like 36, I think that is.
Yeah.
There's little dead end blocks. Yeah. If you go to the end of the blocks, those are mansions on the end. Mm-hmm. Look at them. Look at them on Google Maps, bro. Them shits look crazy. Nobody sees them shits ever. I saw them once because I was high and I traveled. I ventured.
And naturally, you go to like
I was venturing down the block and I was like, what the fuck? Ferrari, Lambo. What the fuck is this? Yeah. And then you look at it like on Google Maps, you're like, shit, this shit's like a legit mansion.
Yeah.
But like, that's crazy.
Yeah. And so, one last thing before we wrap up, I kind of want to just like throw this at you and see if you could do a good job of telling the people regarding this because I'm a little scared. Like I mentioned before, if people ever see me looking out at this camera, I'm just trying to check the battery level and to see that the memory card hasn't been filled up. But I think we're okay. Because sometimes I be looking wild crazy at this camera. I'm like, people probably like,
what's wrong with this nigga? Listen, it's a maintenance checks.
Yeah, facts. So I want to close it off with this. Mm-hmm. You fuck with Attack on Titan.
I fuck with Attack on Titan heavy.
Yes.
And God. I'm gonna tell you right now, my fault. I haven't watched the last season.
Oh, you haven't?
I started watching it. I just got like too lazy. I started like, I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know. I just like got caught up in it. But yeah, Attack on Titan. What about it? It's fucking fire.
Yeah. So I remember you had like an Insta story where I think you were showing like your manga collection. Was it manga or were those like DVD sets?
I don't know.
But no. But like, so basically you had like mad like issues of it. And so I don't know if like you read the manga versus do you prefer to watch?
No, I think it was a manga, but I preferred to watch the actual show.
Okay, yeah. And so and it's something I talk about with my cousins because they're like super like deep into it and like they're always giving me recommendations and shit. And like
I feel like if I watched the manga, I wouldn't enjoy the show as much. You feel me? Because it gives out like everything's gonna happen.
Yeah, everything comes out first. On
everything comes out first in manga, and it's more descriptive and stuff. But I like to see like actually happen.
Yeah. And so I talk to my cousins often about it, and they're always recommending me shows. And I'm like so trash at like watching stuff. Like I still haven't gotten past like probably the first episode of Attack on Titan. I know it's terrible.
What?
I am terrible. I'm a terrible person.
I'm not gonna hold you. Shows like that start off slow, they usually end up being fire. Like Breaking Bad started off slow as shit. And that's probably the best show on television ever, and that's a fact. Game of Thrones wasn't. Okay. Game of Thrones is a fire ass show.
Hot take incoming,
bro. There's no way. There's no way you can have a show that good for 7 seasons, and the last season you just fucking.
I think they kind of just like.
Oh my!
I think they wanted to finish it,
bro. It doesn't matter, bro. It's like legacy at that point. Like you have 1 season to go.
Yeah.
You have 2 years to make the season.
Yeah.
They made 2 fire episodes.
But they choose to make like less episodes, but like longer.
The HBO was gonna give them a contract for to do a second half. They said no. They just want to cut it short. That shit was terrible.
Yeah.
Don't do that shit again ever. HBO, I canceled your shit because that shit was
bigger
fucking.
And better things, so
I canceled that shit because I can't believe they did that to me, HBO.
Did you ever watch Westworld? Because that's
what's it called?
Westworld. Yeah,
no.
It's lit.
What's it about?
Well, we'll talk about it. Anyways, so Attack on Titan. Because I talk to my cousins and they often give me recommendations and shit, and just like this long ass queue of like things that I need to watch still, but. For those that don't understand, can you like explain to people the appeal of anime? Because I think from a distance, people look at it and
it's childish.
Yeah, like I feel like that's the first assumption, but like, like if you could convince somebody, not that you had to, but like because sometimes all it takes is for somebody to watch that one show that hooks them in, and then they're like down for it, like. Like one of the more recent shows that had done that for me was like My Hero. I don't know if you ever seen that.
Fire.
Yeah. And I can't wait for the next season to come.
Like fucking fire.
Like I picked up Funimation just for that, just to like watch that and like
I
watched through all that, and then we watched the movie like in theaters and like and I can't wait for the new season to come out. But like like what would you say to people is like the appeal of anime for those that don't understand it?
People think anime is childish because it's literally like cartoons, like animation, and we literally grew up on animation, so they disassociate like animation with actual storyline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anime actually has great storylines, like no matter what. Like they have the best storylines in anything, like in movies, like anything. They have the best storyline
across mediums.
Have the best storyline, and on top of that, I feel like anime also like do things we can't do in live action films. Obviously,
it's very expressive. Yeah.
There's shit that you can't do in live action films that you could draw in animation.
Yeah.
And that's what anime is. And on top of that, a lot of anime have emotion to it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of emotion. Yeah. That's what gets you to it. It's a storyline and the emotion, and then the actual things that can't happen in real life that we can't depict on camera that we could draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So because like the expression of the pen is like
it's unmatched. But for people who think that way, you just have to watch. Like, I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna say,
What are your recommendations?
See, it depends what kind of person you are. Like, if you, like, my favorite anime of all time was Naruto. Like,
oh, okay,
like, I would watch that shit over and over again if I could, but that shit took me.
Like dumb long.
That shit, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that shit took me so long to fucking watch, nigga.
I remember watching the things for like One Piece, and I was like, nope.
Nah, One Piece is still going, nigga.
I'm not.
That shit's still going. Like
I was like, yo, what is something small and like digestible that I can, like
One
binge
Punch
watch?
Man.
Yeah.
One Punch Man is fire. It's one season.
Yeah.
It's funny. It has a great animation, especially the last scene is the last fight scene in season 1. I ain't watched season 2 yet, my fault.
Yeah.
But season 1, the last fight scene is crazy. It's funny. That's like a brief. That's like a quick synopsis of what anime is. Like, you want to watch anime, that would be like something I would suggest.
Yeah. So you heard it here first. Go check out One Punch Man.
One Punch Man is fire.
Link in the description. I think I've watched a couple episodes of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I finished it. Yeah, that last fight scene.
Nuts. I gotta check it out. Yeah, because like it was actually shown for free a couple times, and like
it's on Netflix.
Is it?
No, it's on Hulu, I believe. Damn, where the fuck did I watch it? I think it's on Netflix.
It's on one of them. I think it's on Netflix. I got Google. I'll find out.
I think it's on Netflix.
But with that, we're actually going to conclude this episode. Thank you, Benny, once again for showing up.
Thank you for the Benessy.
Yeah.
I want the camera to catch this one more time, bro. Like this is epic, yo.
Yeah.
I need to zoop.
Shout out to Benny one time. And with that one, we're going to end it. Divided, we're awesome. Together, we're more awesome. Link and build is a motto. We will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Yeah.